All right, guys. So, seeing as my last video talking about House of the Dragon season 2, and in particular how poorly written Rhaenyra's character is, how popular that video is, at least for this channel, um, wanted to make another video kind of following up on that and some of the criticisms um, I got for that video. Yeah, so I mean, I did get some comments from you guys, Rhaenyra defenders, I guess I should say. First off, I had some of you guys talking about. Somebody mentioned this in the comments section. They said how Rhaenyra isn't supposed to be a good character, and maybe I didn't explain this well enough in my last video. But the whole issue I have with, or they said the writers aren't trying to make her good. The whole issue I have is that in the books, Rhaenyra does all these cruel things, and the show, they don't get rid of every cruel thing that she does, but I think I would say for the most part it's because you can't get rid of some of these cruel things. Like, you can't get rid of the blockade, right? You can't get rid of the blockade without it affecting the story. But they get rid of so many of these, smaller points that make her a more interesting character in the books. And it waters down her character. It's this very, black and white Hollywood. They're trying to what they're trying to do is make it this black and white Hollywood, good guys versus bad guys, when it should be, more, Team Black is more, or at least Rhaenyra is not, a quote unquote good guy, right? That's how it should be, but by eliminating events or by changing events like Laenor's death, for example, right? Like, Rhaenyra and Daemon get Laenor killed, but in the show, they have this really convoluted way of, like, Rhaenyra almost doing him a quote-unquote favor, and faking a death and having him, sail off away, and it's just like, something like that, right? Where it's like, in that instance, Rhaenyra did something really bad, right? She got her husband killed so she could remarry Daemon. And in this, obviously to keep the plot going, she still has to remarry Daemon. In order to do that, Laenor has to disappear. So in this altruistic, act of kindness, she has this convoluted plot with Daemon to, have it look like Laenor gets killed, but really they're letting Laenor go live out his dreams to go hang out with the boys on the sea, and it's just that's. It's the whole blood and cheese incident, which really, it's not even what baffles me is with blood and cheese is that. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with that. They have Daemon visit over there, and that's just part of having, Mysaria and Dragonstone. Like, in the books, Mysaria is still in King's Landing, and Daemon is able to. So there's a little bit of leeway there to where there could be a miscommunication. And, instead Blood and Cheese can get, Jaehaerys, right? So there's that one doesn't involve Rhaenyra, I'll say that. The blockade, and then just this constant meandering throughout the season of just her being around and her being surrounded by a council of men just disagreeing with her. And it's just what does this do? What does this do for the plot? It just feels like the writers wrote this and they thought let's just, have a bunch of men sitting at the table and just disagree, just be in unity in disagreeing with the woman ruler. And I'm like, dude, what try this, and that's basically the entire season when we're on the Team Black side, right? I don't know. I just kind of overall sick of Rhaenyra's character. I just think her character is very bland for these reasons. Another thing too, which I've discussed, is her going in and out of, or her going to King's Landing, which is the dumbest, most illogical fucking thing. And I don't want to hear in the comments section, oh, well, she was desperate, and oh, well, she really didn't want to go to war and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, there's such thing as suspension of disbelief, and I can hold that in a show like this. But when you have a character just fucking do something that stupid that nobody would fucking do in that situation, including, her character as portrayed, just so you can get like a moment, a scene with her and Allison, and then they do the reverse with, Allison visiting Rhaenyra. It's I don't know. It takes me out of it. But yeah, I mean, like, just going back to it. I know I'm going on a tangent. Like, this entire season with Rhaenyra, like, she doesn't do anything. Like, what does she do besides like kiss Massaria, which is just like, I mean, like, I don't have anything against it. Like, but at the same time, it's like, why? Like, why did this happen? Like, what? I mean, if there's like an interesting arc they have with Massaria, that'd be cool, like, I guess, but like they didn't even follow up on it. They had that, and then another thing too is like they had the whole Adam situation, right? Where the Sea Smoke claims Adam, which is another stupid fucking thing. Like in the books, Adam claims Sea Smoke, right? But they had this stupid, like, for whatever fucking reason, they just want to change these little fucking things, just. And it's like, whatever, like, do that. And then the very next episode, like, there's this big buildup at the end of the episode. I believe it's episode 6. It's the big buildup at the end of episode 6 that there's been news of this dragon being claimed. And it's Adam getting claimed by the dragon or whatever the fuck, right? And then the very beginning of the next episode, it's Rhaenyra and Adam having this fucking cringe fucking face-off. And Adam just, like, immediately fucking bends the knee. There's no conflict there. It's like, and I'm just like, all right, like, you had this huge buildup at the end of episode 6 just to have this guy just, like, simp out and just totally fucking bend the knee to Rhaenyra. Like, and then he's just, like, in the fucking council. Like, he just kind of, like, with the other characters. You just throw him in with the other characters. So it's like, same thing with Massaria. There's no follow-up on that episode. Like, it's just there with the other characters now. So it's like, they try to have these moments with Rhaenyra, and they don't follow up on them and, like, the impact that they should have on the story. They try to make her seem good in, really convoluted ways that just don't make sense. And one more thing, right? Like, when she says, I want Aemon Targaryen, when she's all pissed off after, her son Luke, who fucking took out Aemon's eye and fucking, like, in the first place, and she didn't fucking, discipline him or whatever. Like, once Luke gets taken out and she wants Aemon Targaryen and all this shit happens, it's like, like, you're gonna act like you didn't basically, like, send Daemon over there to fucking kill this, kill Aemon, but in reality, just, like, I don't know. Again, like, I'm just, like I said in the comments, like, you guys all commented this, I'm just some fucking guy with, 78. Although I will say now, as of recording, 79 subs. I'm not a Hollywood writer. Apparently they know best. I've only been writing for, most of my adult life. But I don't know. I'm just looking at all this right now with House of the Dragon, and just, I know it's a popular thing to say that this show sucks, but it does suck. Like, I don't know, what else you guys want me to say. I will be making more videos on this because I do, like, I love the engagement, and, like, I'm cheap that way. I would love for one day to maybe get, my scripts out there, and I think the only way to do it is by, attaching on to the trend of Game of Thrones and talking about, different characters, different, shit within the series. Maybe making more, like, posts or videos like this, like, giving my issues with, certain things in House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, because the community seems to just love to fucking defend, certain characters. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys again for the engagement, whether you love me or hate me. I will continue to try to put out these videos, and till next time, y'all.